What's up everyone, Erika here, and I'm back today with another video for you. So for today's video, I am going to be sharing with you everything that I take with me in my park bag, but for my daughter. And although I have seen a few of these videos going around on YouTube, I wanted to have it up on my channel just because anytime I watch these videos, I feel like from time to time I'll find something or I'll watch something and I'm like, oh my god, that's genius, why didn't I think of that? So I'm hoping that maybe if you're watching this, you're like, oh my god, that's a great idea, why didn't I think of that? Erika, you're the best. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today, because let me tell you what, I am not the one to be like, oh my god, I have everything I need in this bag, let's go to the parks. No. I am and always have been an over-prepared packer. I bring everything with me that is, I guess, could be categorized as in case of emergencies. If you get a headache, I've got Advil. If your nose is looking a little oily, I have powder. If your hair is ugly and crazy because you just got off Space Mountain, don't worry, I got you, I brought a brush. With that being said, having a baby now and being a mother, I bring a lot of things with me. So being a mom now, I do overpack and I do try to be overly prepared. But the other side of that is that when you are trying to look for something and you have a backpack full of crap, but you know, when your daughter spills ketchup down her front and instead of just being able to reach for the wipes, I have to dig behind, you know, the 3 sippy cups I brought just in case, the diapers and the, I don't know, the baby Tylenol. Like, I've tried very hard to minimize the things that I need because going with her, it's non-stop. I have to take her out of the stroller, I have to put her back in the stroller, I'm pushing the stroller, I'm holding her hand. It's a lot on a mom, and if you're a parent and you're watching this, you know what it is. It's very exhausting. So overpacking isn't always a good thing. So I'm gonna kind of share with you guys my staples, and hopefully this is beneficial to you. So for one, I'm gonna show you guys the bag that I use. I did mention this bag in my Disney bag tag, I think. I'll leave it linked here. It's a tag that I did with my friend Rowan, and I did show you guys this backpack. So this is the jumbo backpack that we take with us anytime we go to the parks now with the baby. This backpack is huge. It is one of the backpacks that comes when you're, I think, at Disney World. I don't know if they do this at Disneyland or I don't pay attention, but it's one of the backpacks that if you're purchasing like merch and then they have like a promotion going on, if you spend so many dollars, you just spend $20 more and you get the backpack or something like that. I'll be honest with you, I didn't pay a dime for this. This is my friend AJ's, and she was gonna throw it away because she had bought herself a new one. I went into this story already, you don't need to hear it again. Anyway, needless to say, it's ours now and we've been putting it to great use. Just to kind of discuss this backpack a little bit, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. And I will tell you, each pocket, even the small one in the front, is so roomy. And I feel like that is so important because this backpack isn't just for Juliana's stuff, it's for JD's stuff and my stuff, and it's amazing. I can't say enough good things about this backpack. So these are the pockets here. We have the one in the front, this one, and this one. Then we also have 2 little compartments here on the side for like water bottles, which we totally put that to use. We just keep Juliana's water bottle in there and we're good to go. So a lot of the items that I'm going to be discussing today will be left completely up to you. Actually, all of this is left up to you. But the reason I'm saying that is you might watch this and be like, Erika, that is so extra. I don't need all of that. So again, you've been warned, I'm an overpacker. So one thing that is always attached to the outside of the backpack, along with like the water bottles that we put in those 2 little pockets, is this little guy. It has one of these little like link things. I have a hair tie for myself, 2 hair ties for myself, and this little antibacterial pouch thing. So this is always on the backpack because it's so convenient to just grab and use it. You kind of need it frequently at Disneyland, but especially with the baby, because they're always just touching everything and then the hands go in the mouth. You know how that goes. So one of the items that is definitely like, sometimes I bring it, sometimes I don't, are Kleenex. And this is just a cute little package that Kleenex made, and it has Mickey on it. I just keep refilling it because it's adorable. So yes, I like to bring this with us from time to time, and it has a little clasp so you can really just attach it to your stroller, attach it to your backpack, or just throw it in the backpack, which is what I do. So this is something that does tend to come with us from time to time. And just going off of like sanitary things, I'm gonna get into that. Since I talked about hand sanitizer and tissues, napkins are always something you are going to find a billion things of in my backpack. So anytime that there's napkins that are just like out, I grab them. I'm sorry. I don't know if that makes me ghetto or what, but I like to grab them because we always need to absorb something that has spilled, it seems. So having napkins on you is always a really good idea. So I have these. I think my mom picked these up from like when we were at the Grand Californian last time, just the bar there. I always have wipes on me. So this is gonna depend a lot on your child. I don't know if you have a baby and they are super sensitive to the wipes that you use to clean them or not. Juliana is very sensitive, or was when she was a baby. So I always had to keep Pampers wipes on me. So I always keep those, but she also doesn't react to water wipes. So these are ones that I always have on me. These little packs cost under $4 at Target or Walmart. They are on the pricier side, but the reason I like to get these is that these are made of 99% water. They are very natural. So when I have these, I feel like confident if I have at least one pack of these, I'm gonna be fine, because I can use these to change her and to clean her hands, face, if need be. So I like these because I don't have to worry about her being sensitive to like a specific wipe when I have to change her, but also these are really good if I just need to clean her face or her hands. You know, I know that these are gonna do the trick, so I love having these on hand. But if I don't have those, I do like to use these. The brand is BabyGanics. It is the brand that's just organic. I get these from Target. These are hand and face wipes. So if I'm only bringing the Pampers wipes, I tend to bring these, and these are something that I do keep on the side. So it's like water bottle on one side, hand and face wipes on the other, because I feel like I'm reaching for these quite often. So since I'm talking about changing the diapers, there are a couple of things that I tend to do. So as far as how many diapers to bring, it obviously has everything to do with how long you're gonna be there. Are you going back to the hotel room? Are you not staying at a hotel? You know, it's just kind of things like that. But again, I love to be overly prepared. So however many diapers you use in a normal day at home, I would say bring at least 3 or 4 extra. That's kind of like my rule of thumb, just because, again, I'm always overly prepared. I specifically designate one of the zippers just to diaper care, and then I bring a big freezer gallon Ziploc bag, and I put the diapers, the wipes, the diaper rash cream, whatever you're using, I put everything in there, along with another hack that I have for you guys. I do have a couple of things that I feel like are really beneficial and really cool that I wanted to share with you guys if you take your babies to the parks, and this being one of them. So these are, I think they're Arm & Hammer, and they are changing table covers, and they are disposable. So I bought a packet of these, and I bring at least 2 to 3 of them every time we go to the park. They open up fairly big, and I just like having these because I'll tell you what, I do know that the baby changing stations in Disneyland and at DCA are awesome. I know that they are awesome, but sometimes you can't make it all the way over there just to change the baby's diaper. So I like having these because, I don't know, I feel like they're a little softer. It's just kind of like a sanitary thing for me. I don't always want to just lay her down on the little station that they have. I feel like these have been a game changer for me. I don't think I mentioned this before, but I will do my best to link everything that I'm mentioning down in the description box below. So I will link these. And if you guys are curious, I use Aquaphor on my daughter, and I always have extra strength Desitin on me just in case we're staying there for a couple of days and she has a terrible rash and the Aquaphor is just not cutting it. I always bring the extra strength Desitin just in case. So keeping up with the sanitary little momentum here that we have, I get these from the dollar store. They come in a box of like 8 or 10 for $1, and they're just antibacterial moist wipes. I like to keep these in the backpack for any occasion. If we take this backpack with us, it's usually like we're going somewhere and we need to have things like that on us. So I like to just keep those in the backpack, as well as these little Advil packs. So unfortunately, my husband and I do get headaches quite frequently, and I am prone to migraines. So I always carry Advil. I also always carry Picot, which is like a Mexican Alka-Seltzer, I think. I always have that on hand. Those two things, as well as Emergen-C. So just some fun facts about me. I always need that stuff on hand. It just gives me anxiety to not have it. So yes, this video is about my baby bag, but like I mentioned, I do carry everything for myself in here as well. So I usually bring some type of cosmetic bag that is all geared to me. So this is usually where I will keep, you know, our Advil and things like that, because I know that this is kind of like my Erika SOS bag. So in here, I've got, like I said, those antibacterial wipes. Bandaids is another major that we just keep on hand all the time. I have a couple of lip products, because who would I be if I didn't have like 8 of the same color pink in my cosmetic bag. That is just me in a nutshell. I always have a pen in here. I have my little compact. This is something that I will not go to Disneyland without. I think it's very important if you want to do touch-ups. See, what did I say? I had one liquid lipstick, a regular lipstick, and a lip liner. Like, in what world am I gonna do that many touch-ups at Disneyland? Really? Let's get a grip. And chapstick. Chapstick is a huge one. I will not go to the parks. Like, this is usually easy access because my husband and I apply chapstick like crazy people. And then this bag looks a little beat up, but that's because it is. This bag is kind of like to seal any spillable items if that were to happen. So here I have my extra contact case in case my contacts are bothering me, saline, like eye drops, and then contact solution. So I am very sensitive to my contacts. I do wear them all the time, and if I'm not wearing my contacts, I'm wearing my glasses. So I don't know if I've ever told that to you guys before, but yes, every time you see me like this, I am wearing contacts. I am blind as a bat without them. I have astigmatism in both eyes, so I need all the help. I also always carry an extra pair of contacts with me at all times, because there is nothing worse than when you have either something in your contact dried out, and you don't have any solution to like moisturize those contacts, or you didn't bring your glasses. It's just a mess. So I am always extra prepared for that. I always bring my glasses as well in this backpack because I just will never risk it. That's just not something that I'm willing to waste my fun on, is being upset about my eyesight. That's really kind of it for this bag. I always bring a little travel deodorant for myself because I don't want the people behind me in line like, oh, this girl's smelling a little ripe. And I also usually bring a little roll-on perfume as well. So this is my Tory Burch one. I like having these on me. I just always like to smell good. So that's that. Oh, and sunscreen. I always have a little travel size sunscreen for us, and I also have a little one that's kind of like this size for Juliana as well. Okay, so meal time. There are a few little hacks that I wanted to share with you guys here as well. One of them being something that I love. Now, I will say that I get this kind of reaction from like family members and friends that are like, wow, they thought of everything. I wish they had this when I had a baby, which is so true. So I'm just grateful that I have a baby when like all of these cool things are coming out, and I'm sure that things will continue to come out well after Juliana is grown up. But anyway, one of them being this super awesome little hack or helpful little tip. We get Juliana these disposable little placemats. So I think we got these on Amazon, and they are just plastic, but on the back they have 4 little stickies, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you are able to stick this down at whatever restaurant you're at. And then if they make a huge mess, all you have to do is really peel it apart, wrap it up, and either throw it away or leave it there for people to pick up. I don't know. I just think it's so convenient, and it really eliminates you looking like an asshole parent and just leaving like a huge mess. I'm not trying to speak for anybody, but me personally, when Juliana leaves a huge mess, we always try to pick up. We don't like to leave it there for, you know, the cast members or the employees there to just like have to clean up this huge mess that my child made. So I feel like these help a ton. Yes, disposable placemats have just come in clutch for us. Something that we tend to pick up a lot, as well as like extra napkins and stuff, are extra silverware. Is that right? No, it's not silver, but you know what I'm saying. Extra utensils, extra plastic utensils. So if we're ever somewhere and, you know, Juliana dropped one and we don't want to feed her the one that fell somewhere that's gross, we have extras on hand. That's just something that I like to keep a couple in the backpack. It's just convenient. So that's definitely not something that I bring every time, but it is beneficial and they have come in handy very often. The next thing that I wanted to talk about are bibs. I don't know if everyone is still like a fan of bibs or if they're like so last season, but we like to bring the kind that are just plastic for Juliana. There's this really cute one that I think my mom got her from Disneyland. These are just nice because if she spills or if she gets something on herself, we just give this like a nice little wipe down and that's it, and we can move on. And continuing on with food, Juliana is still drinking milk, whole milk. Shockingly enough, it is very hard to find whole milk at Disneyland, especially organic. I don't know if everybody feels the way that we do about it, but we try really hard to just give Juliana organic whole milk. So my other hack for this, I know to some of you this might not be a hack, you might have been in on this the whole time, but the brand Horizon, which is the milk that we do give Juliana, has these little milk cartons that are almost like the little juice boxes. They have them of whole milk, and those have just come in handy like you would not believe. So we take them with us to Disneyland. They are room temperature. They do not need to be refrigerated, which I know it's crazy, it's weird, but I've looked into it and it's all fine. If you don't feel comfortable with that, of course, no pressure. For us, it just takes the worry out of like, oh, well, we can't find it, or we need to go to like one specific place to find it. I like that we have it on hand. We only need to bring in 2 or 3 at the most, and it's just not a big deal. We don't have to go crazy out of our way. If it's that time for her, we'll just give it to her and it's fine. We just put it in one of her cups and call it a day. So the next thing I'm gonna do is move on to just food in general. Another hack that I would give to pretty much every parent, and I actually do have a lot of friends that say, hey Erica, I'm taking my baby to Disneyland for the first time. Are there any things that I need to do, any rides that I can and can't get on? If that's something that you guys would be interested in me doing, I will totally make a video about that. I'm still learning for sure. I'm still a fairly new Disney mom, so I'm still figuring out the tips and tricks and whatnot, but if you guys want to know a little bit more about that, we can totally go on this journey together and learn a little more about being Disney moms together. One thing that I do always tend to suggest to my friends that are bringing their babies to the parks, especially if they're eating solids by this point, is to bring pouches and, you know, the little like baby food to go pouches of hearty vegetables like greens. Because here's the thing. When we go to Disneyland, Juliana is eating a lot of the foods that we are eating now. She's got a good set of chompers in here. She's got plenty of teeth, so we're giving her the corn dogs. We're giving her the chicken dinner at, you know, Plaza Inn. We're giving her the beignets. She's getting all the good stuff, okay? But let me tell you one thing. When I throw a green bean at her, she doesn't want it. To keep the little ones from being backed up, if you will, I like to keep these pouches on me just to kind of regulate her system. It does get a good serving of like fruit and vegetables into her, and I don't feel guilty about giving her, you know, the good stuff at Disneyland. I do bring a heaping ton of these pouches. I do make my own baby food for Juliana, but since they've changed the rules about bringing ice and things like that, I don't want to worry about the food that was like I made and then froze it and then thawed it out and then it was just sitting in my backpack all day at Disneyland. I don't want to worry about that. So for the parks, I do buy the pouches. I think for the most part, we get ours at either Walmart or Target. We tend to go with HappyBaby or Happy Tot. We also tend to give her Plum Organics. So those kind of baby food pouches is what I'm referring to. Another healthy alternative is, I know that Disneyland does provide these little like GoGo brand little applesauce pouches. We buy those from time to time and give them to her. So I do like that Disneyland provides that for you. So there's always that option as well. So now getting into the snacks, the good stuff. Juliana definitely was, not so much anymore because she's outsmarted the system, but she definitely was the kind of baby that could be pacified with snacks. So I went in on the snacks. This backpack was essentially just a snack holder. So because we have gone to Disneyland when Juliana was teething, I would bring her a lot of the teething crackers and the little puffs. And with that, I would always bring the little snack holders that come with a little lid that they can stick their hands in and pull snacks out of, but it doesn't topple over when they turn it over, if that makes sense. So I would definitely suggest those, especially if you guys are, you know, in line for an attraction and the kid's getting restless and you don't want to keep giving them a Cheerio time after time after time. I think those little containers are so smart. You just let them have at it, and you know, hopefully the queue isn't that long. I do give her those puffs from HappyBaby. I do give her the teething crackers from HappyBaby. I just think the brand HappyBaby overall has a good variety of snacks. I like to give her the yogurt melts. I also like to give her the little alphabet crackers now that she definitely can chew a lot harder. And of course, we're always bringing fresh fruit with us. She is, you know, a big fan of oranges, which is a great thing to have her have when we are touching any and everything at Disneyland. So the last kind of category I wanted to go over was just clothing and bringing extras. I am always bringing extras for Juliana because you just never know. She pees out of her diaper, she spills something on herself. I don't know. I don't know how these kids do this. Like, they just, I don't know. Will we ever know? Probably not. I don't always have it in the backpack, especially if we're staying at a resort, because if they're on property, it's not that far of a walk. But some things that I do always tend to keep on me are extra socks and an extra onesie, like the pants and the jacket. I also always just feel like worst case scenario, I can buy something for her in the parks, but socks and onesies are something that I tend to just keep because they're light. It's not a huge deal. So I do like to keep those in the backpack. And one kind of last extra little tidbit that I wanted to give you all is I keep these in my backpack. Do you guys know what this is? Does anyone else tie them up weird like I do? Let me untie it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I keep these, guys. These are produce bags from the grocery store. I keep them tied up in my backpack. I keep about 2 or 3 of them in there. If, you know, we had to change Juliana somewhere that isn't the restroom, again, I don't know. I don't have a reason why, but just in case, and there isn't a trash can immediately nearby, you can just throw it in one of these bags and it's not like you're just holding this dirty diaper for everyone to see. Another good reason to have these is if, I don't know, just off the top of my head, if Juliana made a huge mess and we're sitting eating at breakfast and we're picking it up and I have to clean her, throw away a napkin, clean her, throw away a napkin, you can just throw it all in this bag and then it's just an easier cleanup. Another scenario I'm thinking of is for JD and I. When we get on Splash Mountain, we always have extra socks because we are not the kind of family that deal with that kind of nonsense, okay? We do not like wet socks. So if you have any wet clothes and you don't want it to ruin everything else that is in your bag, you throw them in this little bag and you don't have to worry about the mess. Just deal with it when you get back to the resort. So for so many reasons, I like to keep those on me. I just think it's beneficial. It's not like it's heavy. It's not like it takes up a lot of room, and it could really help you if you were in some sort of wet sock crisis. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to discuss with you guys about what is in my bag for my child. I don't really keep toys with me because it doesn't really interest her. She's somewhere that isn't her normal element of being at home. So she's definitely just looking and wants to see what's going on. She doesn't really want a toy. And I'll be honest with you, if there is a toy that she sees at Disneyland, my mom is 9 times out of 10 going to buy it for her, or I will buy it for her. So yeah, that's kind of the way that it goes at Disney. We just kind of go with the flow and deal with it as it comes. There are just so many videos and topics that I want to talk to you guys about as a Disney mom. Now that we have our passes back, I'm really excited to just share more exciting things with you guys. I will be taking my very first solo trip to Disneyland with Juliana, which I am terrified about, but I definitely want to make a video about like sitting down and talking to you guys and kind of letting you know my game plan, but also just probably just talking myself up and hoping that I could just find the strength within to carry on. if that is something that you guys would like to see, please let me know. I really do want to film that video. I kind of want to do like a what I'm expecting and what I'm hoping goes smoothly, and then maybe I can do another video kind of reporting back, letting you know if it went exactly like how I planned it, just A, B, and C perfectly, or the reality that it probably did not go anything according to my plan. Either way, I would love to share the outcome with you guys as well. I definitely want to give you a little more insight into the baby centers that they do provide for Disneyland and California Adventure, just because these are my home parks. I'm not at Disney World as often as I would like to be, so I don't know those baby centers at all. But for Disneyland, I got your back, babe. There's also some great rest areas, places to cool down during the summer, places to just kind of hang out with your kids if you just need a little bit of downtime. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am very hyped in this video because talking passionately about Disneyland and then mixing it with my passion of being a mom is just fireworks. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this content. I hope that this video was helpful to any of you. If you are new and you have yet to subscribe, please do. It is completely free, and I would love to see you back. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit the notification bell if it suits you. You can be notified every time I upload a new video, which is just so cool. Thanks, technology. All right, you guys, so that is gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get out of here. As always, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back for the next one. Bye!